to the nearest road. I'll call Border Patrol.
Please, sir, no.
Everybody
Mama.
I come here to take the woman and the boy.
I was in the Marine Corps, so I suggest you all turn around and adios.
Let's talk about something that I know is near and dear to you. You were spokesperson for It's a Penalty campaign that helps show the signs and stop human trafficking. Was your passion for that, maybe did it contribute to you taking on this role?
Yes, it did. You know, I'm a Goodwill UNICEF ambassador, have been for many years, and it's one of the things I'm very, very interested in, because that slave trade is very much alive. And yes, that was part of why I liked this story. It has a lot of heart. It's also a kind of a modern day Western.
Oh, and you have a fantastic co-star also. Can we talk about little Jacob Perez?
Yeah.
He did such a wonderful job, and he just started acting a few years ago. I'm sure he looked up to you and learned so much from you on set.
Well, I certainly learned from him. He was very, very special. They'd sent me 2 kids' screen tests before Jacob was cast, and one of the kids was vastly experienced. But when I saw Jacob's wee face, he was the real deal, you know. And he had a sadness at the back of his eyes, and yet when he smiled, he kind of lit up the world, you know.
You mentioned that you learned something from him. Would you fill me in on what he taught you?
Just the ease with which, I mean, he could be playing with the dog. I have a dog in the film. He could be playing with the dog between setups and talking to his stepdad, this one and that one. But he was never rambunctious. He was always aware of what was going to be required of him in the scene, you know. So when Rob Lorenz, the director, would say, okay, Jacob, let's do this now, he would just totally focus in on what he had to do. And some of, you know, he has quite a few emotional scenes to act. And just slipped into it with ease. And I remember thinking, certainly there's more than 2 times I remember thinking, gosh, I wish I could do that.
Well, there were some very mature scenes for him, and it was really incredible to know that he has only a few years under his belt. And to kind of wrap things up, you know, the message that I see is fighting for the vulnerable. And you did something that was, I think, remarkable. You were supporting the vulnerable, and you sent some of the frontline workers for COVID-19, the healthcare workers down in Australia, a nice gift package. And I know they really enjoyed that. Why was that important for you to do?
It's just a very small way of saying thank you. I just finished a film in Melbourne, Australia, and I had these wonderful nurses, Australian nurses and Irish nurses, who'd be, you know, COVID testing me twice a week. It was a complete lockdown, you know, a quarantine, I should say. And I had books to read and stuff. I had a little gym. I was totally happy. But these girls were. They just were, you know, they're doing this extraordinary work, you know.
And I know they appreciated what you sent to them. Thank you so much for this, and congratulations on the Marksman.